Welcome to our countdown to the election. We started with 100 days, and with each day we get just a little bit closer to probably the most important election, certainly in our lifetimes. And just trying to be intentional. We chose this book, Mesilat Yesharim, which is a very intentional path. It's called the Path of the Just, and it's written by Moshe Chaim Lusato, who I think he could probably feel that he didn't have a whole lot of control around the outer things in his life. There was a lot of anti-Semitism. There was a lot of mistrust of his sense of using Kabbalistic imagery and Kabbalistic teachings, the Jewish mystical tradition, to explain the way the universe works. He talks a lot about the soul, and I think he wrote this book. The more we read it and use the teachings to guide us, when you don't have control on the outside, what you do is you turn in. You say, I will be the best person I can be. I will do the best I can do, because I can't change. I can't seem to change anything on the outside by going directly at it. So maybe if I work on myself and I work on my soul, then I will be a part of something greater than myself, and in that way influence the outer world that seems to be so distressed. And I think the other thing that happens at this time of year is our recognition of our place in the universe. It is so tiny. And one of the images that we use as we get closer to Rosh Hashanah, the new moon of the month of Tishrei, the new year that we call the new year, is the moon and all the imagery around the moon. The moon is a reflection of light. She doesn't have her own light, and yet, she inspires us and lights up the sky.
The Supernal Mother, we call her. We have a verse from the Psalms that appears in our liturgy this time of year. Tiku v'chodesh shofar bakeseh leyom chagenu. I'm going to parse it for you. Make it tekiah, sound of the shofar, tekiah. On the month is the next month, Tishrei, that we're moving into. Moving toward the day of our celebration of our holiday, which is Sukkot, in the full moon of the month. Make a tekiah on the month with the shofar when it's hidden. Make the tekiah though when it's hidden, when the moon is hidden. That's the first of the month. That's the new year. That's Rosh Hashanah. When it's hidden by Keseh, as it's moving toward the day of our celebration, when it's fully expressed, the full moon of Sukkot. And we connect this image with what we draw down into the world, something new every new moon of the year. This year, 5,785 since the creation of the world as we reckon time, which in our system of symbols, acronyms, wordplay, Tashpeh, may it be the year of Peh, the mouth, communication. It's a year of communication. We're going to be attentive to our words, use our language properly. Because the moon is covered by Keseh in that verse from Psalms 81:4. It's hidden, it's covered. So what we are drawing down is present but not expressed. If it's expressed but forced to quote, somewhat false. It needs to
Full.
It needs to bake. It needs to bake. When the moon is covered, I was sitting next to the tree underneath where my friend was buried. We were eating seeds. Every Rosh Hashanah, we draw something entirely new into the world, he said. But it's hidden, bakeseh, like in the Psalms. It's hidden, like the moon. Look up into the sky on the 1st of Tishrei. What do you see? That's your wisdom, said my friend. It's present, but inarticulate. That's the business between the 1st and the 15th of the month of Tishrei. Your wisdom, he said like a teenager, it plumps like the moon. By the full moon of Tishrei, the 15th, fully articulate. Then he said, smiling and spitting a shell, you will tell me what you know.
Nice. You will tell
And we're
me
going to
what
follow
you
that
know.
this year.
Yeah.
We're going to pay attention to that this year.
Yeah.
We do every year, but we're going to share it this year more.
Yeah. As that new moon grows.
A prayer for peace. All of us could be humbler. We could live inside each other for a moment, give up our certainty, and earn the heart of understanding. We could listen better. We could say there is no other until we believed it. We could take a God's eye view, become small, live within the skin of someone we do not understand. We could be quieter, sit within our heart minds, let the truth rise before us. We could find our quiet, live in that quiet for a while. We could all be kinder, reserve judgment, delay certainty, live with ambiguity. What if we acted as if something fine is approaching, and we could be preparing, waiting quiet? If we were quieter, we might find our silence. We could step back from the edge and do nothing until it became clear what to do, what not to do, as long as it takes.
There's a lot we can't control on the outside, but we can control the inside. And as Buckminster Fuller said, you got to go in before you go out. So it feels like today is a day that we go in, we look at our own stuff before we criticize everyone or everything else, and just pray that the good in us will be enough.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a great day.
We'll be here tomorrow morning.
We will. Thanks for joining us.
We appreciate you.